What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we're gonna get into 3 easy things that are gonna make a big impact on your real estate photography and your real estate business. So if that sounds good to you, watch the video. All right, so first let's get into the most important one, which is how you shoot your front exterior photo. Okay, this is the most important image. This is gonna be the thumbnail image for the listing. This is what's gonna get people's attention on MLS to click it or not. So it's very important. I know that this made a big difference for me. So whenever I started out, I would always just get all my wide shots, stand at the bottom of the driveway, get a really wide shot, and sometimes things would come out pretty distorted looking, especially if you've got like an entry-level lens that's not rectilinear. You're just gonna get like a weird looking perspective and like keystoning and all that stuff that you don't want. So the easiest way to get rid of that and get a accurate depiction of the house that looks more editorial and fancy is to actually just go back as far as you possibly can from the house within reason, nothing like ridiculous. But for me, I usually go back and shoot at like 24 or 35 if there is a way to get that far away. Sometimes if I'm able to go like down the street, I'll shoot it with like a 50, but that's pretty much the max focal length that I'll use. So here's why. The further away you are from something and more zoomed in and compressed of an image you get, the more like accurate it's gonna look. Okay, you're not gonna have weird distortion. Things are gonna be proportional to how they actually are. And bonus is that you can actually usually frame the house with like plants or trees or something that as you're walking away will be like beside you or in someone else's yard or down the street or whatever. Another advantage of this is that you can usually fill the frame a little more with the actual house instead of the sky or the driveway or whatever. So obviously there is a time and place for both, because that super wide perspective of walking up to a house, even if it is distorted, is still something that's helpful for someone who wants to kind of experience the house before they get there. So not knocking on those, but if you want a really, really good thumbnail image that's gonna stand out and look a little different than a lot of people's, that's what I would do. All right, the next one. So the worst thing if you are shooting real estate photography is to have to go back and reshoot some room because you missed a feature or they didn't communicate clearly on exactly what they wanted. So the number 2 tip is to always get alternate angles if your main photo is not showing every feature. So this one's really more of a safety net for you, but also for your client. And once you're there and set up, it really doesn't take that much longer to get a few more photos. And I'll leave a link down below to a checklist I made that's got all these angles that are kind of the industry standards. Also, links to gear and my presets in the description as well, if you're interested. So on to the third one. This is about editing. So my rule of thumb is to spend as least amount of time as possible per photo, because if you're doing a lot of volume of photos, it just adds up so quick. So that's why having systems of how you do things, having presets made, having like a general workflow of like bulk processing photos, or if you have an editor, that's even better. You don't have to worry about it once you're done with the shoot. But for me, I've found that being as hassle-free for your client as possible is one of the things that will get those clients coming back to you over and over and over again and get you paid more money, because they know they can just trust your results and not have to have any hassling. So one big thing that I do, if there is something that I see in photos that I know that the client is probably gonna want out of the picture and they just missed it, or if it's something that's not gonna be there in like a couple weeks, so like a little bad grass patch or like a random cable that wasn't supposed to be where it was, I'll go ahead and edit those out. That way I don't have to deal with them looking through the photos, finding like a couple little things for me to have to pull up on my hard drive later, communicating while I'm at other shoots or whatever. Real estate's kind of a unique photo industry because the least amount of feedback is actually better. So compared to like portraits or something where people are gonna freak out and it's like a one-time thing, unless it's like the first time you do a photo or video for a realtor, they're just gonna download them, use them to sell the house and keep booking you, and that's it. So if people are still hiring you and not really commenting about how good your photos are, don't really worry about it, okay? Just focus on getting better, doing things faster, and you'll be good to go. So that's it. Hope you guys like this video. A couple things coming up though. Got the new iPhone. If you got any questions about it, I'm gonna be doing some videos with it, testing the photo and video capabilities. So make sure you leave a comment if there's anything that you want me to try to consider besides the obvious in the video. I got the gold one to match some of my office setup and I really like it so far. It feels a little bit fancier and heavier, which I like. And I really like that MagSafe feature, super cool. So if you guys like this video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications. Makes a big difference and you don't want to miss out on future videos. So thanks for being here and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Peace.